how you doing? This is All Things with Caxton, and today is an amazing day. I'm so excited to be here again to bring you guys something interesting. And I have an amazing, experienced, educated, learned, and God-fearing woman next to me. As usual, she will introduce herself. How you doing, ma?
Are you not exaggerating, Casting?
I'm not. I've known you for a while, so yeah.
Okay, viewers, my name is iTunes.
Mhm.
I'm just happy to be here. This gentleman, he's pressured me for the longest to have a chat with him. So I'm more than happy to be here today to bring up this burning topic and let's
Oh
talk
yeah.
about it.
Yes, this is a topic that I felt like I was looking like who's the best person to handle this and actually communicate it properly. And the Holy Spirit told me, go to Mrs. iTunes. And straight up, I felt like you are the best person to address this topic.
If I didn't know you, I would say you're uh, a spiritual leader or your who made you this evangelistic.
It's the Lord's doing.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I see.
okay, guys, this is iTunes, and sit down, relax. The topic today is raising the boy child. So sit down, relax while we come back, and we go straight up into the topic in a minute. Thank
For too long, the conversation about raising boys has been overlooked. We tell boys to man up, to be tough, to hide their emotions. But is that really what they need? Today, we're diving into what it truly means to raise the boy child. From emotional intelligence to breaking stereotypes, this is a conversation every parent, teacher, and mentor needs to hear. Let's rethink masculinity. Let's raise boys who grow into kind, confident, compassionate men. Let's talk. Raising the boy child. Breaking gender stereotypes.
you. Okay, guys, welcome back. As usual, you know how we do it. This is Caxton, your favorite host. And raising the boy child is a topic that is very interesting. I felt like it's a topic that has been overlooked, kind of. It's crucial to our present society because the boy child needs attention. That's what I think,
Mm-hmm.
especially when it comes to their emotional intelligence, uh, their way of life, how they interact, what they should look like, what they represent. I was just thinking about it as a person, and I'm like, okay, I'm a boy child or a boy man right now, you know, and I see a lot of lapses, and which I feel like need to be addressed, and that's why I brought you into this topic. What do you
Okay,
think?
let's do it. I think that that space it's been very silent, and that's the silence is a bit loud if you ask me.
Mm,
You know, you hear girl child initiatives here and there. Uh, the girl child, this, the girl child, that. 9 out of 10 activities or programs are focused on the girl child. I mean, there should be a kind of balance to everything. Girl child do not exist in isolation. I mean, so what about the boy child? I'm not a boy child advocate or anything like that. I'm just someone who likes balanced approach to any subject
very
in
important.
life.
Yeah.
So I think that it's been very silent in that aspect, and it's something we should talk about because we need to balance things and we need to raise the boy child, the girl child to complement each other just so that we have a better society.
Yeah. I think this discussion is just to throw more light into what the present, I'll use the word Gen Z era, right? Boy should be look like. Because in every era there's a change, there's a
Mhm.
shift in dimension, shift
Mm.
in characteristics, emotional, social, interactive, and stuff like that. So I
Yeah.
think what we're looking at most likely is how do we expect the boys to be like as they grow up to become men. So as we focus as the society evolved, we know that there are key problematic areas that need to be addressed when it comes to the boy child.
Mm-hmm.
And I have some amazing questions for you that I
Oh,
feel like you should address and educate us.
Casting,
Asking.
just say it already. I know you've been flaming, so just say it already.
Okay, one question I have is, men are perceived to be strong. Should a boy child then be raised with such narratives to be formed into being a man?
That's a cliche, if you ask me. Because I don't think there's any such thing as strong,
Mm,
right?
mm,
Strong is relative.
yeah,
There is no absolute measure for strength,
true.
to be honest. Now, let's look at it this way. Where my strength starts, maybe where yours ends, and vice versa. Let's say, for instance, uh, one may be perceived to be strong, among his or her mates,
Mhm.
right? But if you look at it, if that same person is compared to maybe an athlete who is still within that age bracket,
True.
you can see that their strength is nothing compared to the strength of the athlete. And they are both within the same age bracket. So, how would you say one is strong? So, my immediate answer, to be honest, will be no. No, there's no such thing as strong. So a boy child should first be raised as an individual, as a human being. They need to be developed emotionally. They need to be developed to grow emotionally intelligent, socially intelligent, physically developed, so that they can have all round fitness to fit into the society of today. When you have all these attributes well developed in a human being, first of all, I think they would just naturally complement other human beings within the environment which they exist. That's how I feel that a boy child or any child, in my opinion, should be raised.
I totally agree with you. I will erase the word strong.
Oh no, there's no such
In this
thing.
present day, strength is in everybody, and it
Exactly.
comes in different ways.
And if I may ask you, you
Yes.
make boast that you're a boy child yourself. Are
Yes.
you raised to be strong?
I was raised to be balanced in the
Oh,
society.
okay, I see.
Yes.
Don't even answer that.
No, that's the truth about the thing. Some of our parents don't understand that there has to be certain balance between all genders in the society. There has to be understanding, and that's where the social understanding comes in, right? The
Mhm.
emotional intelligence, the intellectual balance, the leadership traits, and
Physical
peaceful,
development.
physical, just those
You,
balances you're talking about is very vital. That's what I think. Most of us lack it, which is what makes us don't have such understanding with other genders in society.
I
And
got you.
I'm okay with what you addressed. It's amazing. And yes, that's what it is. Nothing like strong. Strong is relative to everybody.
Yeah.
And guys, we'll be right back. iTunes has a lot to tell us. Okay, my second question is this. Considering the influential men around the world, do you believe it's important for young boys to seek out role models to shape their own paths?
Oh, yes. That's a no brainer, cousin, if you ask me.
Mhm.
I mean, why fix it if it's not broken? Do we want to reinvent the wheel? No, there's too
Mm.
much to do already. So, role modeling in every aspect of life is a good one. I mean, if you listen to most motivational speakers, you see them, advocating that young people should look up to the older ones who have the blueprint of successes, who have done things in a certain way and they are successful with it. I mean, it applies even in individual lives. You can find a role model for yourself. Corporate life, career life, you see young people looking up to people before them that have done very well and have excelled in life. I mean, you can model yourself after this individual, their blueprints, their successes,
Mm-hmm.
big time businessmen, how did they do it, what's their model. You can model yourself after them, even in their personal life. Oh, most people model their religious leaders. They see them to be successful in their homes, marriages, their career, whatever. They model themselves after such people. But then again, we must also understand that it's not just the blueprint of their successes that we copy. Sometimes these people are human and they can make mistakes. So when they make those mistakes, it's not for us to learn the mistake. We have to take learnings from the mistakes just so that you don't fall into those mistakes again. I mean, there's
Mm.
nothing wrong with people falling. What matters is how you fall and you rise and you
True.
stand up from that. So if you're modeling yourself after anyone who's been successful and they maybe have one or two failures, you should take learnings from that failure. It's also a learning point, to improve yourself, to avoid making those same mistakes again.
Mistakes.
I mean,
Amazing.
I personally, I love some successful people. I love Nelson Mandela. I look up to Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie.
Mm.
I think she's a good role model for most young girls or people, young people around the world. Uh, did I mention Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala?
Okay.
That's another woman that I admire so much. There's so many of them. I'm not going to be, pointing on naming names, because every individual knows their objectives in life. They know what they want to be. They know how they want to be what they want to be. So they have a mindset of or a picture of the kind of role model they
They
want.
want to
Yeah.
achieve. Going to my third question
Okay.
is talking about stereotype. Are there particular roles that boys are expected to fulfill in the society or at home?
Hmm. All of this is exaggerated, really, because I think we should break the glass ceiling, not only as girls, but as the boy child. We should loosen up from traditional gender roles. You understand me?
Mhm.
Over the years, I think the boy child has been, you know, programmed or planned to be brought up as a leader, as a provider, as a protector. But to be honest, is that really the case?
Mm.
That ship have sailed. Is that the case? I'll tell you a story. Those somewhere I read, somewhere on the streets of social media, I read where uh, a man's house was burgled, sorry, by armed men, armed robbers, or something like that. And the guy, he ran, broke the ceiling, and got into the ceiling and hid there, telling his wife to say he's not around because if they come find a man, they might kill him. I mean, okay, so who is the protector now? So I'm just bringing this story to share that these things are, they're no longer relevant. And if you talk about leadership, yes, some people might argue that, okay, based from their religious book, in this case, in which I'm a Christian, I like to talk from based from the Bible, like, oh, the Bible says men are the leaders, the head, or something like that. But what is the head without the neck? So if you think you're a leader You are no leader without your followers. You can't be a leader without your followers. So you must learn to understand the impact, the contribution your followers make or contribute to you being a leader.
True.
And when we
True.
talk about putting pressure on the boy child that they must be the ones to provide, it's a little bit too old to say things like that, because we are in a society where both men and women are both educated, both have jobs. So what if it happens that the lady has a better paying job? She cannot provide.
True.
Is that the case today?
One question I have to ask you is, what kind of skills do you think boys must or should try to acquire? It's, I don't know, but I think
I've told you to look at boys as human beings, first of all. So
I'm talking based on the society,
I
they expect the boys
know.
to be A, B, C, E, F, G.
Oh no. First of all, I think the boy child should just be emotionally intelligent. That's a driver. Once they are able to know themselves, understand themselves, and be able to understand others, I think they will be able to coordinate themselves well within the society,
I
to
agree with you.
relate with people. Secondly, communication.
Mm,
Communication is the key. If you're able to learn good communication skills, you're able to relate with people. I think relationship is it's everything. You can achieve a lot by just being able to build relationship with others. So good communication skills is it. I remember when I was getting married, I was wondering what's the relationship between marriage and communication skills training. I was forced to go through communication skills training. Like, it's a vital skill to have even as a young couple, so you can understand each other. The boy child should be very, very intentional about developing problem solving skills and critical thinking skills. I mean, if you must be within that space of being a leader or being, tops or whatever, every human being actually must have critical thinking skills, and problem solving skills, because problems are bound. There must always be problem. And you putting all that thinking hat to resolve problems. I mean, that's what the world is about, right?
true.
Resolving problems and turning them into solutions. That's
Oh,
what the world is
awesome,
about,
awesome,
right?
awesome.
Financial literacy too is one big one, because everyone needs to be financially literate to know what to do to build their capacity in terms of their finances.
True.
Make your finances work for you. A boy child must be able to have such skills.
This is amazing. This is amazing. Okay, I have one very vital question. I'll be right back in a bit, guys.
Caxton, we entertain you and keep your vibe alive by giving you the best of all-around entertainment. Stick to our pages and you will never lose your vibe. Keep watching all things with Caxton TV.
I don't wanna go out. I just wanna stay in with you.
So this is very vital for me, right? So before we go, what role do you think mothers play to reinvent this narrative? And we don't mind your words for your mothers around the world on this subject. We are open to it. Mothers, yes, we want to listen from
Okay.
iTunes.
Mothers, come forward. Come forward. I know you're watching right now. You see, believe it or not, I don't know. I'm a mom myself. I have a boy child. And I think my son is closest to me than he is close to anyone else in the house.
That's true.
And that's very common. I see even with my friends. It looks like the boys stick to the mothers and maybe the daughters stick to the fathers. I don't know if it works that way in other homes, but that's what I've seen in my home. So please come. We have a duty, right, to teach these children, catch them young, they say. Now, whatever has happened before us, it's not within our control so much. But now that we are molding these young ones, we are forming them, we owe a duty to educate them right, to be present in their lives, to be that role model that they need, right? You see, when you tell your son something, he seems to believe it, without any iota of doubt. So we need to always have positive affirmations for our boy child. Tell them who they are, tell them what they are. And trust me, as you're saying these things, they are becoming it. That's the power of the tongue. Some people may argue with me. But lastly, family discussions. You must be present. You must create time to sit with the family, whether it's boy, girl, anybody. There must be family discussions on issues around the world, the perspective you think is right, the perspective you're seeing, a balanced opinion. Let each and every one of your child, especially the boy child, be part of the conversation. And they would be able to, within those times, filter what is right and what is wrong.
Awesome. Awesome. This is amazing. Aitun, thank you so much for this conversation. I am blessed and pleased to have you here today. And the boy child, if you're listening, everybody, boy child education is very vital. Let's take it serious. Thank you for watching. Aitun, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Kirsten, for having me. I wish we had more time.
Yes.
Maybe I'll come back to your channel again if you want and continue this or some other topics that maybe bothering you, and we can just share our opinions and see what
Sure.